Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this England hockey fixture in Division 1 North between the University of Nottingham and Durham University. My name is Connor Dunn, and with me today, my co-commentator, Alice Stenning. Ali, how are we today?
I'm great today, Ross, thank you. I'm excited to see some class hockey on display.
Yes, the University of Nottingham starting this game in 7th place, Durham University 1 place below them in 8th. Both starting on 3 points. They've had a tough start to the year. I think both teams will be looking to double their points tally today. The University of Nottingham won in a 4-0 win on Wednesday over Durham University, so I'm hoping that they will be able to replicate that kind of success today. We have our captain, George Bounier. When we get started, Durham University begin with the ball and begin a transfer. Already there's a pass off the sideline. Pete Corey makes his way up the sideline. Cuttle is forced off the ball as we look to start here. Nottingham just transferring the ball around their 23 at the moment, trying to progress up the left flank. A long seed played in, slight mistrap, and Durham come away with the ball. They'll be looking to break here. Nottingham get back in numbers. Number 40 here with a very cool headband. Puts it off George Bounier's Nando's shirt, which is quite interesting. Yes. Little drive off the left flank from Durham here to get into the corner. So sideline just inside the 23 calls the umpire. Up goes Pete Corey. He recently obtained his first Scotland seniors cap. Very happy for him. A crash ball into the middle, flashes across the goal and out for a 16 on the far side. Positive start from Nottingham, getting up that flank quickly on the break. Dan Hunt prepares to enter the pitch, as does Ollie King. Really nice interception from Pete Corey here. Little reverse bunt up the pitch. Now in that far top left corner. And the ball will go for a long corner to Nottingham. Let's see how they set up from this. Ed Bryce just exiting the field early there. I'm sure he'll have a major influence on this game as we begin.
Nottingham just knocking the ball around here, building some momentum. Cheap turnover there in the attacking 25. Durham collecting the ball, getting it under control. Just losing control there for a Nottingham sideline.
Substitutions being made now. Ollie King is on. Ed Bryce is patiently waiting with that pink bib in hand. Louis Cuttle on the ball now. Really good reverse slide up the pitch. It will be collected and recovered in the far corner. Slight panic there in the D. Nottingham not happy about that decision, but the umpire has signalled for a free hit to Durham. Durham substitutions being made now early on in the first quarter. Lovely little reverse overhead into the right flank. Couldn't be controlled though. It'll go for a Nottingham sideline. Transfer now around to Louis Cuttle. It's unfortunate, couldn't be trapped. Another turnover. Really good steal from Ollie King. High press here from Nottingham, really making Durham panic. Forced them to go backwards and start again. Ball up the middle there. JB won't be happy that that's been allowed to be trapped. But they have once again been forced back to just outside their own D. Almost a full pitch chuck from the Durham fullback there, but nicely cleaned up by James Clark. I don't know about you, Ali Stenning, but I've noticed quite a lot of early turnovers in this in these starting 5 minutes. I think that'll be where the game's won and lost. What do you think?
Seems to be some jitters out there. You know, Durham obviously want to get out hard, try and get some revenge for Wednesday, so they're knocking the ball around and just don't seem quite warmed up enough. Although I assume they know what they're doing.
Yes, well said. It'll be really important for Nottingham to be able to capitalise on those turnovers when they're made high over on the pitch if they've got any hope of getting some goals past them. George Bounier, the captain, just coming off now. Fun fact, did 2 gap years in Australia before he made his way over to the University of Nottingham. And he'll be hoping his team don't go down under today. Durham appear to be sitting quite deep on the transfer. The press trigger appears to be when the fullbacks drive with the ball, but other than that, they seem to be sitting in quite a nice half-court press, very reminiscent of the men's sevens and how they play. Really good bounce pass in there from Tim Errett in his second year now. Has definitely made a stamp on the team since he's been here. Once again, Durham just allowing Nottingham to have the ball in their own third of the pitch. I think that's definitely part of the game plan. Ball in there to Tim Errett. Turns quite nicely and gets away with the ball. Luke Holland out to the right flank. Now we've got a 2v1. Will they capitalise on it? No. Stolen it.
Nicely there by Durham, and now they're breaking away.
Nottingham once again progressing up that right-hand side. Yeah, early turnover now, looking to get in, and a short corner awarded for Nottingham, first of the game. I wonder what we'll see here. They've got quite a few fairly decent drag flickers. Louis Cuttle currently not on the pitch, so potentially looking at a Will DeBias drag flick here if I were a betting man. Yes, Nottingham have scored a fair few goals from short corners this season. A Will DeBias screamer in the unfortunately cancelled game versus Loughborough, first of the season. Straight into the top corner. I'm sure he'll be looking to replicate that now. What do we think Alice is saying?
Yeah, I think he'll be aiming low. Try and beat the postman for pace.
Jetta's ready. Out to Castle 1. Save from the goalkeeper. Straight back out to the top of the D. And a good steal in there from Durham as they clear their lines. It's unfortunate. Substitutions being made now. Pete Corhey off. Dan Hunt on. Louis Cuttle on. Jules on. a transfer from the French Premier League, actually, over the summer. Ben Chardlow and George Bounier also sat on the sideline waiting to re-enter the play. Off comes Ed Bryce. A good shift from him. Oh, and a ball just left to go over the baseline there. If a striker had gambled, they may have had a chance. Durham will get play restarted with a 16. It appears the umpire has got something to say about that, but I can imagine an overhead will be used here. Oh, and he's completely messed it up. Can Nottingham pounce on this opportunity? Jules out to the right flank. Carried inside, and a good stop and turn, as Nottingham will now just regain possession of the ball and look to build.
Durham very compacted in here, letting Nottingham hold the ball on the high transfer, and they're quite happy to move it around.
I'm not sure if it's just our players, Ali Senning, but this Durham number 40 appears to be absolutely massive. I would not want to be in a 1v1 defending challenge with him. Let's put it that way. Oh, and a high ball there, not called by the umpire, and surprisingly well trapped just outside the D there. Durham come away with the ball down their left flank, played into the middle and back out. Durham just transferring the ball between their fullbacks there. They appear to only be pressing with one and now letting them have the ball. Cleaned up there very nicely by Louis Cuttle. Looks for the overlap, but they choose to go left instead. Really nice small unit play here from Nottingham and some good 1v1 attacking there. Free hit just inside the sideline of that side of the 23. More substitutions made now. Tim Errett exits the field after a short stint at centre-back. Harry Stone also exiting the field for Ollie King as he goes in. A slap into the D. There was no touch on that, so the call is a 16 from the umpire, but positive signs from Nottingham. Strong drive here from the Durham fullback and a reverse bunt into midfield. They'll look to recycle here and get it round to the other side of the pitch. Well defended from Nottingham. Really good interception there. Nottingham can break if they are quick, but they've run. Yes, indeed. Very left-hand low there, but James Bateman won't want to be seeing his players dribbling into open sticks. Foul well won there in the corner, and Nottingham can slow down play as we come towards the end of this first quarter with about 5 minutes to go. Really good steal in there, and Nottingham can break. It's 2-on-2 if they're fast, but it's a really good pick from the Durham fullback. Looking to break out with some small unit play now. Some very nice hands indeed. It's moved first time down the line. A very nice move from Durham. Nottingham are in a bit of trouble here. Looks to be a stick tackle, but the referee's played advantage. Umpire's call there is to be very careful. I think we may indeed be seeing some cabbage and some cheese if we're not careful here. A reverse bunt into the D. Play the whistle, says the Durham bench, and indeed they have. It's gone out now for a Durham free hit just on that far side. It's rather difficult to see from this position from the commentary box, as there appears to be a few supporters in the way, but we will give you as best updates as we can. Ball now moved across to the left fullback. They appear to be setting the 5 in transition for the long corner attack. Nottingham marshalling them well. Ball now in that left-hand corner. Unfortunate there from Durham. And the ball wasted from Nottingham now. It's really good tracking from Nottingham. And Kinga, who wins the ball back just inside the 23. Ball is played in. Ball across. Oh.
All flash past the back post there. Personally, I think you've got to get a stick on that. Get on your nose for it.
Yeah, it's a really good chance for Nottingham there, and fantastic work from Ollie King, not giving up on the ball as it was shovelled up the line. I think many a forward may have thought that was going up for a 16, but not him. 2 minutes to go now in this first quarter, where I think it would be fair to say that both teams have had equal amounts of the ball. Nottingham with the best chance of the game, however, just there. James Clark now receives the ball, driving forward. Ball played across and lost. Durham, high turnover. Nottingham have men back, but they need to be quick to defend. And it's really good tackling from Nottingham. End-to-end stuff as we come to the end of this first quarter. Ollie King now. Has he got the pace to beat him around the outside? He does. Inside the D. And a short corner right at the end of the first quarter. That's really good pace from Ollie King. He'll be very happy with his first quarter. Love to top it off with a goal, I'm sure. Last short corner. We saw one go to the first Castle for a Will Tobias attempted flick. Will we see a Louis Cuttle introduction here? Time will tell. Durham just preparing their PCD gear now as they get behind the line. Injector steps forward. Off to Castle 2. And flashed just past the post. Not long to go now in this first quarter. Nottingham 0, Durham 0. Both teams will be looking to make the breakthrough in the next quarter. Overhead played over. Really good trap under pressure there from Ben Shardlow as he drives with pace. Ball into captain George Bonnier. Driving round that right-hand side, but giving away a free hit. And that will be the end of the first quarter. Nottingham 0, Durham 0. Both teams with good spells of possession, but Nottingham with the best chance at the end of that first quarter with a ball flashed just past the far post.
Players coming back out now to get the second quarter underway. Still 0-0 here at Highfield. And Durham gets us underway again. Gone for the long overhead again. Their centre-back seems to love that. Taken down for a sideline. Durham ball. Durham just stuck in the corner there. Turned over and Nottingham on a break. Up to Harry Stone, who unfortunately gets surrounded. Durham on a break again here. Play back into the middle. A great reverse bunt through. Durham bench convinced they should have a short corner here. Long given. Durham just getting the ball moving again in that transfer, knocking it around nicely.
Durham starting this quarter very well with a lot of maintained possession in Nottingham's 23. Personally, I'd like to see Nottingham be a bit more effervescent with their press in that 23 area. Only reason Durham lost the ball there was because of a missed trap. Ed Bryce then leaves the field and a turnover once again just inside Nottingham's half as Durham break into the D, but a really nice long barrier from James Clark. And the ball is played high onto him, off a Nottingham 6 as the umpire. Free hit outside the D, and the ball is wasted by Durham. Shouts of Neymar to leave the field from the bench. For those of you unaware, that is indeed one of the Nottingham players. I don't believe he was born with that, but he was given it.
Nottingham just getting the ball moving again here, knocking it around, testing the Durham press, trying to bait them out. They don't seem to be falling for it. Yet another long ball leading to a turnover. Durham coming up the middle again, knocking it past. They've managed to recollect the ball and they're going through the middle again. Short corner given to Durham. Didn't quite catch what for. I imagine much like the Nottingham short corners, we'll be seeing a flick from the top here. Could not tell you who their flickers are though, unfortunately. Ball out to C1, flicked, saved by the keeper, knocked away towards the sideline. Durham recollect. Nottingham once again recollect possession in their own quarter, just taking their time to get the PCD kit off and get reset. Will DeBias with a big chuck up into the top right corner. Finds Harry Stone, who weaves his way into the D and wins a short corner.
Really strong play that from Harry Stone. Really nice over the head reverse trap from the chuck from Wilder Bias, and then some lovely hands to break into the D and get himself a short corner for the team. Nottingham, this is their third short corner now. They'll be really hoping to convert this one, as I think they will be looking for what would be a deserved lead against Durham here. Durham just taking their time here to set up. Nottingham won't mind, as they'll already know what they're doing. As we set, and the rain just begins to fall, and we go out to C1 for a flick straight at the goalkeeper. Once again, not the greatest drag flicking effort from Nottingham, and again, cleaning up from the second phase. Not ideal. There's a long slap. It's intercepted with an incredible touch as he into the opposition half there, and the ball does go behind for a long corner. It was very impressive the way he brought that ball into his path. Quick pre-scan to make sure there was no one there. Really is why they're the ones, isn't it?
Nottingham just taking the opportunity to knock the ball around again, get their heads up, push this Durham press back again. Louis Cuttle happy to just get his head up, look for a potential chuck, and just pass it to and from Wilder Bias. Reverse hit in to the top of the D, left loose but cleared quickly by Durham, back out to a Nottingham stick, and they rebuild. Durham trapped in the corner here against a very high Nottingham press, who turn it over, shot from the top of the D from Ollie King, saved and batted away to the sideline.
Yeah, Ollie King didn't quite catch that reverse how he would have wanted to. It was a very nice high press from Nottingham, who are looking at a very nice sustained period of pressure on the Durham goal at the moment. But they'll want to make a goal out of this. Oh, some really nice hands. Ball almost lost there by Nottingham, but kept in very nicely. As the three-man transfer around the back is being used, it's interestingly send a midfielder, or a fullback rather, forward into the press. An interesting call from the umpire there. Not very happy on the Nottingham bench indeed. I believe the call was dangerous from the aerial, but we will in fact have to move. There's a strong drive up the right there from the Durham right half, but they will now recycle with a back four, unlike Nottingham's back three, which they transfer with. .16 given there. A bobbly pass, difficult to control. Nottingham will now look to reset after about 10 minutes gone in this first quarter. Slight mistrap there, but recovered very nicely back to Tim Errett. Wow, a massive overhead, but very well controlled from the Durham player, but a bit of a hospital pass outwards. And Durham have got the pace to break. A really nice 1-2 there. Doesn't quite come off, unfortunately for them. But that was a very impressive play out of Nottingham's press there.
Durham once again being very disciplined here, staying on the halfway line, letting the ball come to them. Slight miscommunication there as Ed Bryce misses the ball and it goes to Durham, but they promptly turn it back over again. And Nottingham break into the top of the D. And short corner 1, I believe it was kicked.
I think Nottingham potentially could be looking at running a routine here, as the first 3 flicks they've had have all pretty much gone straight at the goalkeeper, apart from Louis Cuttle's, which went wide. I could see a little head side / foot side deflection on the cards, but I suppose we'll just have to see what they do. Nottingham, I think, probably over the 2 quarters have started the better team, but I think they'll be frustrated with the fact that they haven't scored a goal, don't you, Ali Stenning?
Yeah, I agree. Obviously, the only numbers that really matter are the numbers on the scoreboard.
Yes. Durham just finishing up setting up now. The mask goes on. Nottingham, time to lock in. Injection out to Castle 1. Straight drag flick into the top corner. Beautifully done by Louis Cuttle. Nottingham will be extremely happy with that. They've worked hard over these first 2 quarters, and now they've got the reward to show for it. Nottingham 1, Durham 0. We get ourselves restarted. Durham now find themselves chasing a 1-goal deficit. That overhead once again, but brilliantly trapped in there by Nottingham, and the ball shoveled up the line. Scoreboard has just been updated for you now. Nottingham have appeared to gather a bit of a crowd on that far side. Very much enjoyed that drag flick by Louis Cuttle, who's now being called off the pitch. Ball flashed across, and oh my word. I think the only word you can use to describe that is targets.
Umpire not happy with that challenge from Ollie King at all. Gets the cheese out. That's 5 minutes on the bench for him. It'll be interesting to see here what Nottingham do now they're down a man. Will they keep pressing so aggressively, or will they sit in and run the timer out? Durham just working it in that top right corner again. Across into the D, but no results, and they come away with a long corner. Just setting their transfer again. Straight into a flat stick there, and Nottingham come away quickly. Umpire has seen something off the ball. Stop time, given a yellow card, not sure quite to who or quite what's happened. And I believe he's also given a short corner. Will DeBias appears to be coming off, but it could be for a substitution. It appears that, Will DeBias has been sent off.
Will DeBias, just had a little chat with him behind the scenes. Very much not happy with that yellow card decision. It appears that the umpire believed that there was a trip in there on purpose, hence why he's given him the 5-minute yellow card. Durham now have a chance to get themselves back on level pegging.
Durham, of course, will be keen to use this 2-man advantage to try and get back on top of the scoreboard. Obviously, he's been struggling to get much attacking action, so they will definitely be keen for it now. Short corner out to C1, drag flick, gone for a deflection. Bit of a scramble in there. results with a Nottingham free hit out. Players unhappy as they believe the ball's been struck after the whistle. Nottingham happy to take their time here and run out the timers on the cards. Very aware that they're 2 men down. Durham cutting away from their half-court press into a much higher, much more aggressive press. Clearly using these numbers that they have, because they still have enough men back to defend this high right corner attack. Flashed across the face, into the D, but taken down safely by Durham. Or apparently not. The umpire was given a short corner.
Obviously, Louis Cuttle found himself on the score sheet from the last short corner. Will he try and replicate that to get himself a brace? Or will Nottingham look to run a routine with their 5th short corner of the game? Ball out to Castle 1. Straight flick off the goalkeeper. Not quite cleaned up very cleanly. Durham do eventually clear their lines, but Nottingham will be right back at them. And a free hit is given to ease the pressure as we come towards the last minute or two of this second quarter. Nottingham will definitely be the happier of the two teams. Maybe feel like they could have had a goal or more, but despite Durham having a few periods of extended pressure inside the Nottingham 23, they haven't really had anything to show for it.
Durham keeper just struggling with his kit. Time has been called.
Both teams will just use this time to get their breath back and refocus. Ollie King and Wilder Bias are still sat just off to our left, awaiting the call from the umpire to get back on the pitch. Wilder Bias will not be rejoining us this quarter, but if Ollie King is lucky, he might just find himself back on.
Nottingham setting really deep into their half here. Time is back on, and Durham will walk the ball up to the halfway line with no pressure. Played out high right, attempted ball in, blocked. Turned away for another Durham sideline. Nottingham will be happy to keep Durham out of their D. Durham coming in for the left now, finding the ball on the T-spot, flashed across the middle. No result there for them. Now Nottingham come away with it again and just hit up the line to get it clear. Durham really pushing the pace of this game here, sensing the urgency as they see half-time coming. Free hit to Nottingham, once again slowing it right down, trying to run the clock out. The time has been paused on... right as I say that, there's half-time. Nottingham 1, Durham 0. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. The game is about to get back underway. Very tenuous first half, I would say. Both teams having their opportunities. Nottingham still down 2 players. Oh, one now, I'm told. Will Tobias with about a minute and a half left on his card. So Nottingham will probably look to run the timeout here and get back to the full strength team. Roz, what are you expecting to see from the second half?
Thanks very much, Ali. Well, I'm still just staring at this number 40 stood in front of me. I'm not entirely sure he needs that headband with that little hair. I think his mother should be having words. But Nottingham will be very happy with the goal that they scored in that second quarter. I'd imagine they'll look to build now and at least get one more with the 4 they put past them. On Wednesday, they'll be looking to at least get a few more people on the score sheet. And I'd imagine Jamie Butler in goal would love to get himself a clean sheet as well. Durham, I think, looking to high press just in these opening few minutes as they recognise that Nottingham is still a man down. A lot of players in that Nottingham attacking third, but Nottingham come away with the ball. Win just on the right-hand side, but again, turnover there. We're seeing quite a few of those throughout this game, those high turnovers. I think they're very common in the upper echelons of the game. I think the play was a little bit narcissistic there from the Nottingham player as he looked to beat one or too many players when he could have been passing it forward instead. I imagine JB will be having some words about that. Durham, though, looking to come away with the ball here, and a very important trap there as Nottingham just get the ball into their left-hand corner to try and secure it. Some really good small unit play, but given away once again by both teams and one more time. Some very nice hands in there. Once again, just bringing it down to that left-hand corner to try and create the space to get out. But ball lost. Durham now have a chance to get in, and a free hit given just outside the D, much to Durham's dismay. He'll look to drive it down that right-hand side and put it out for a Nottingham 16. Nottingham now back up to 11 players, so I think Durham will relax their press as they go into the next stages of this quarter.
Durham press does not seem to have been too relaxed here. They've got out hard and won the ball in the middle of the pitch. Very messy challenge there from Nottingham, leads to a Durham free hit about halfway through the 3 quarters. Serious seed there from the Durham player, straight off the back towards absolutely nobody. Shouts of keep the ball from Nottingham. They must be thinking it's a bit frantic out there with all these high turnovers. Just want to relax the game.
I've never understood that phrase, Ali Stenning, keep the ball, because surely that's what you're looking to do for the whole game. But clearly it needs to be stressed. George Bounier, really good take and turn inside that 23. Nottingham now progressing into the left corner. Trying to recycle outwards. And another high turnover as Durham look to break here. If they play this right, they've got a 2-on-2. Nottingham getting men back. A ball across. Mistrapped. And a golden opportunity for Durham there. Goes begging. That Durham striker could not hit a barn door with a banjo. Durham will, however, reset with a long corner. Let's hope that Durham striker continues to play like that, and he appears to, as the ball goes off his stick for a 16 to Nottingham.
Durham press exploding here when Wilder-Bias gets the ball, but sitting back otherwise. And a long ball attempt from Louis Cuttle goes out for a Durham sideline, and they'll reset again. Nottingham moved their press back up the field. Now they're back up to 11. A bunt into the midfield, luckily picked up by Durham in the middle as they run forward into the top of the D. Great left-hand low tackle from Ed Bryce as he starts to break and looks left and right, finds Tim Errett. Nottingham possession in the high left with Wilder-Bias. Drops it back off to James Clark, and they get the transfer going again.
Durham just resetting here with a 16. Taking a long time here. I'm not sure they realise that they're 1-0 down. Maybe somebody needs to tell them. A long hit up the pitch. Once again mistrapped by that Durham striker. He is having what you would like to call a mare. Well, I'm sure he wouldn't like to call it that. But the Nottingham players will be very happy with how they've defended against him. James Clark here. Nice ball into the middle. Off of a Durham foot and high for a Nottingham free hit. Shouts of good boy from the Durham bench for Ollie, who's going nice and wide apparently. Durham look to break here. That first time bunt, very much hit or miss it seems for Durham. They quite like to use it, but only comes off once in a blue moon. Nice turn in there from Nottingham as we look to break into the opposition 23. Just inside the 23 now, in that far left-hand corner. The ball will be recycled out to Tim Errett for a lovely crisp slap across the field. Durham once again resetting from a Nottingham 16. Nottingham not created a whole lot in this third quarter, but with the lead, I'll imagine they'll be thinking about potentially sitting back come this fourth quarter. About 7.5 minutes gone now into the third quarter. Nottingham still leading. Lovely one-handed drive, 12 o'clock ball carrying position from the Durham fullback, it appears, who really does quite like that long hit. Jamie Buckets kicks it out straight to a Durham player there as Durham look to clean up. Buckets down once again, a scramble, goalmouth scramble just in front of the D, and a free hit well won in there for Nottingham. A heart-in-mouth moment and an early ball played. I think a leave-it shout could have been used there as the right winger was in. Pete Corey now just dropping into midfield to cover for that press and now beginning again. Durham really overusing that long chuck now. Need to get it into those corners where the space is, not where the people are. George Bounier with some good hands, but unfortunately puts it into a stick, not a foot. Durham player falls over, and Nottingham regain the ball. George Bounier now can drive up the line. Good hands as he breaks now into the Durham 23. Ball into the just outside the D. Some very fierce whistling there from the far side umpire. I thought he'd given a short corner, but it's a free hit just outside the D. Nottingham now will just reset from there. A very good position to start attacking from. Setting up some long corner attack here. More than happy to just pass it between the fullbacks for now and look for some openings. Really nice transfer here from Nottingham. Really patient. Louis Cuttle involved. Once again, back to Louis Cuttle. Walks it into his own half, and the long overhead is played. Straight. I thought that had gone off the pitch, but it appears it's been trapped right on the baseline by a Nottingham player, and brilliantly won a short corner. That is a fantastic aerial from Louis Cuttle. Ali Stenning.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see if Nottingham opt for a flick again, or if they run a routine here on this short corner, since it's, their sixth of the game now.
Yeah, we keep saying that, don't we? We think they might start running a routine, but not from what we've seen so far. Obviously, James Bateman will run through short corner techniques with them in training, but on the pitch, it is completely up to them what they do. Durham just ending their preparations now as everyone gets themselves behind the goal line. Nottingham once again set up with two Castles. Ball out to Castle 1. And a very nice finish from Nottingham to make it 2-0 about halfway in this third quarter. Looks like Louis Cuttle took the flick, but it may have taken a deflection on the way through. It did seem to outsight the Durham goalkeeper as it trickled in. Nottingham won't care, however, as they move in to the second half of this quarter. 2-0 up. Durham now will be looking to throw everything at the wall against Nottingham to try and get some goals back. But I must say, I just don't think Durham have done enough. Do you, Ali Stenning, in these first three quarters?
No, they seem very happy to sit back with it, but once they come up the pitch, they're making cheap turnovers, and Nottingham are holding them out the D very nicely. And we all know, if you're not in the D, you can't score a goal.
Ball turned over there. Durham can drive here. Really nice shave tackle. But falls into the ball there, Jules. Really quite interesting technique. I'm not quite sure how that's a green ball. However, didn't see many complaints from Durham, so clearly that's why I'm not on the pitch. Nice pass there from Ben Shardlow. Oh, didn't quite pre-scan there enough to recognise that that was a Durham player he was passing to. And once again, they can break. Are they going to get their first chance here? No, it's stolen in once again by Nottingham. Durham just not good enough in those high positions. Final pass, end product, just not there so far today. Really good reaction trap there from George Bounier as he'll look to move it to the left-hand side of the pitch. Helped by his long limbs, but given away again for a Durham ball just inside Nottingham's half.
Attempted reverse hit there. Looked like it was hit by a pitching wedge as it went miles into the air. Nottingham recollecting the ball, looking to build forward and keep the momentum going through this game. Ball high into the left corner once again for Nottingham. Ooh, umpire isn't happy with something. Ooh, player down injured. Ben Shardlow comes limping off the pitch. Hope he's all good. Unclear how play will be resumed here. George Bounier currently having a chat with the umpires.
I don't know about you, but I'd really like to see a bully to restart this drop ball here as Shardlow has gone off injured. But very boringly, Durham have just passed it back to Nottingham to restart the transition. Don't see many bullies nowadays. I don't even believe they're officially in the rules.
No, they're not.
But a man can dream. Nottingham very happy now to just sit in and allow those long overheads to come. Correct decision there from the umpire. Durham are complaining. However, the Nottingham defender was within 5 of the Durham attacker when the aerial was thrown. Hence, it's a Nottingham ball. Not often you see that called correctly in today's game with how finicky the rule is, but very good umpiring there. Nottingham just trying to keep the ball in that top left-hand corner, but some miscommunication leads to an ability for a Durham break, but it's so slow, and Nottingham pick the ball. Tried to get it into the D there. Really nice shaving tackles attempted from Nottingham, just not giving them any time, but Durham have managed to play through it quite nicely. Just up here on this right-hand side now, just in front of the commentary box. Moves his way away from us. And back for Durham to reset with some transitions. Coming into the last sort of minute of this third quarter now, Nottingham will be very happy with the extra goal that they've added. Whether it's come off a deflection or not, Nottingham will not care. Good hands in there from Durham, but Nottingham retreat well, giving them no option. I believe I can hear some trumpets going on from the supporters area over there. Fantastic to see that, isn't it?
Very big crowd out tonight. As always, Saturday nights, under the lights, great atmosphere.
It's nowhere else you'd rather be. Oh, and a cynical challenge from Durham there, but he manages to get away with it. Umpire, I think, potentially could have got his cabbage out there. Substitutes just coming on now for Nottingham, as they have been rolling on and off all game very quickly. Nice drive there from Louis Cuttle. Unfortunately, the long slap cut out, but it will go for a Nottingham sideline. Cuttle now exits the field as Tim Errett is looking to get onto the pitch for the last 30 seconds of this quarter. Ball bouncing around in and the side of the box there. I believe the call is long corner from the umpire. But a few of those goal-mouth scrambles, it's quite difficult to tell who's got the ball from in here. But Nottingham will just see this part out. Overhead, gone off the baseline for a Durham ball. I imagine that will see us into this fourth quarter now. Durham once again really cheaply giving the ball away from their own transfer as Nottingham look to drive. And a cracking save from the Durham goalkeeper. Reflexes, had to get something on it because there was a Nottingham attacker bearing down on that far post. Really impressive from the Durham goalkeeper there. May well have just kept his side in the game.
And there's a three-quarter time whistle. Nottingham 2-0 up. They'll be very happy with the extra goal they've taken in that quarter. Get the ball moving again with a high transfer in Durham's half. Nottingham very happy to just knock the ball around here. Durham all compressed into their own quarter. But they're starting a break here up the left-hand side. Taken out very aggressively. That was not a clean tackle. Cards stay in the umpire's pocket, fortunately. Nottingham pressing quite aggressively here. Not the cleanest tackle. Durham
Had a few more goals today, but a win is a win. Wow. Nottingham there getting an absolutely unbelievable third goal. Just as we were saying, really impressive there from Nottingham, and now they will be very happy to just see this out. 3-goal advantage. Durham, I think they will be unlikely to be able to come back from this. Substitutions made. A few Nottingham players coming off and catching their breath. They've worked very hard today, and the scoreline does reflect that. George Bounier, high steal there. Shouts over there from the supporters, not happy with that decision. Free hit just outside the D. Oh, an upright reverse from Nottingham there to make it 4-0. Out of nowhere, Nottingham 2 goals in as many minutes to make the score 4-0. I've got deja vu to Wednesday. Nottingham will be hoping to add another here. Durham can only watch and yearn to be able to do that.
Durham getting us underway again, looking very frantic. Obviously 4 goals, 10 minutes. Doesn't seem likely for them, but they're not going to stop trying. Of course, goal difference, always a useful thing to have on your side. So that'll be playing on their minds as well. Great tackle there from Durham, high up the pitch. Found it into the middle, driving towards the top of the D. Ed Bryce getting his left hand on the floor once again, as he always does, leading to a Nottingham break. Durham holding the ball in the high left again. They've been there a lot, but they can't seem to get into the D much from there. Umpire awards a green ball. Nottingham breaking again, all the momentum on their side now. The players will be absolutely gassed with the scoreline, and they'd be very disappointed if they concede now. Missed trap from Ollie King there. Leads to a Durham sideline. Apologies, a Nottingham sideline.
Oh, and a stinger just goes flying over the bar there. Apologies. We appeared to be talking into a turned-off microphone just then. I promise you the commentary was very good. You'll just have to take my word for it. The Durham bench are extremely unhappy with their forwards at the moment, it seems. They want someone to be putting those balls flashed across into the goal. Umpire has stopped time here. I don't know if there's some verbals going on between Jamie Buckets in goal and the Durham forwards, but he seems to be having a word. A long push straight off the pitch. Pretty difficult to trap those kinds of passes. Lots of Nottingham substitutions once again being made. 3 or 4 at a time. Really nice trap on the reverse there in midfield. Eric just gets out of a tight situation with 3 or 4 Durham midfielders on him. And now Nottingham can drive up that right-hand side. They want to be driving down that left foot. Just breaking into that far corner now. Ball flashes across for a 16. Around about 6 minutes to go now. Nottingham will be extremely happy with how the game's gone, especially in this final quarter. Durham, I think, with some tired legs and a bit of individual brilliance from Nottingham with that upright reverse hit from just inside the D. Caught the keeper completely off guard. A Durham misplaced pass finds its way to the forward. And my word, he has put that very far wide. I think he may have taken a deflection on the way through. Spared his blushes slightly, but I'm not sure that was going anywhere at all. Durham can play out from the long corner.
They've mostly compacted in here to try and hold their clean sheet. Ollie King, the lone man in the press. Again, these scraps on the top of the D coming out in Nottingham's favour, allowing a breakaway. Pete Corey carries aggressively and is rugby tackled on the halfway line. I'll be amazed if there's no card for that. Nottingham bench very unhappy. JB laughing at the umpire. He can't believe it. Louis Cuttle gets us going again. The high transfer set once again. Durham compacted, trying to not concede anymore.
Durham just looking to break, but once again, really good one-on-one defending from Ed Bryce. Some have described him as agricultural. He does live on a farm, so not entirely inapt. But once again, winning the ball there. Potential. Oh my word. Yes, I would come off the pitch after that as well, Durham player. Go and have a sit down, son. It's getting a bit argy now. A few Durham players flying about, whether or not it's because they've been pushed or just absolutely murked. James Clark with a nice pass in there to George Bounier. Breaking into the D. Free hit to Durham as we close in on the final 3 minutes of this game.
Nottingham reverting back to a high press as Durham get the ball moving again. Clearly anxious to try and get more goals on the score sheet. One in midfield there by Pete Corey. Carried up Fired into the D, just not quite a stick on there from Nottingham, and Durham will play out from a 16. That big drag aerial coming back out from the Durham centre-back. Trapped from the Durham player into his own knee. The bench don't look too happy with that. Looks like we're playing a bit of aerial tennis here. As Nottingham chuck it back, and it's gone back out for a sideline.
I don't know about you, but tennis usually tends to be in the air for most times I play as well. Not sure there's tennis on the ground, but Durham will continue now, just breaking into the last 2 minutes. Nottingham, really nice drive up that right-hand side. Shards up, says James Bateman. He is not settling for 4-0. He wants 5. Very verbal on the sideline. Reminds me of Jose Mourinho back in his day. I think he has the same relationship with referees that Jose Mourinho did as well.
Durham players looking very knackered here now, walking around. It must be very demoralising to be 4-0 down, but they're still here fighting. Up in the top right corner again. Mistrapped off the baseline, watched out very nicely for a 16. That pass out from the 16, rifled off the sideline. Durham will look to carry up again. Durham with the crash ball through into the D. Not really near anyone, to be fair. Nottingham quite happy to leave it, watch it out for the 16. James Clark gets us going again. Tim Errett in screen, turns them, makes them look like silly sausages there. And that's full time. Nottingham 4, Durham 0. Thanks for tuning in.